Mick, there'll be some puzzled faces in that Northern Ireland dressing room. We said at half-time, we'll say it again at full-time. How have they lost that?
He said, why? Well, it's a case of not taking the opportunities, that they're really good football and they're, I thought, enthusiastic, up and at and front foot style play, created, and then making a mistake at the back, which it gifted them the second goal. It's a poor header by Craig Cathcart. I don't think the goalkeeper could do anything about it. And that put them really on the back foot, and it's Will Grigg came on and gave them a bit of hope at the end.
We'll talk about it more after the break for the analysis, but lots of positives from Michael O'Neill, but the one major, I suppose, negative is, again, lack of goals. Only one today. Yeah,
they're saying, is it 7 out of 8 games they haven't scored at home?
5 of the last 7.
You know, that's... sorry, I'm making it sound worse than it already is. It's bad enough. Yeah, firepower. Will Grigg scored, gives him a... Don't give him a problem. It's a nice problem to have. Somebody's come on and scored.
And going forward for that, is that something that O'Neill will be working on hard, I suppose, on the training ground?
Oh, I'm sure they will. That's always asked to managers.
Yeah.
Are you going to work on finishing? That's the thing that they all work on every single time. But certain people are good at it. Will Grigg looks like he is.
OK, Mick. Well, so Northern Ireland losing at home on their Nations League debut. Northern Ireland won Bosnia 2 at Windsor Park. Juljevic and Sanic with Bosnia's goals, despite Northern Ireland's dominance. So Bosnia sitting pretty on top of the group. Northern Ireland with a tough task now with 2 away games to come. Bosnia are at home to the other side in the group, Austria, on Tuesday. Mick, when we look back at that game, Northern Ireland, so many chances, only 1 goal. Really disappointing. We're going to take a look at a montage of all the chances they had throughout the game now. Talk us through them.
I thought their performance was excellent. And Michael O'Neill will be talking about his performance, but missed chances. There's one there.
Start the second half.
He stopped running. If he keeps running, he stops and waits for the ball. If he keeps running and makes with momentum, he takes it in and I guarantee he'll score. And he waited for it, which is wrong. That's a great save by the goalkeeper. They're much maligned, much hated, only by me for all his play acting, by the way. I wish they'd have scored another. But it was a great save. Good break here. Take it down the left. And I just think he gets it wrong. He should be aiming at the far post. I thought Stuart Dallas was excellent, by the way. I really like him as a player. He's full of energy. He had both full-backs on toast at times. I think there's the difference. Lafferty's got to get across the near man. He's got to get across his man at the near post. And he doesn't. And he's not going to score you loads of goals. I think Will Grigg is a better goal scorer than Kyle Lafferty. But Kyle Lafferty offers him something. They can play off him.
So we'll talk about that maybe in a minute, where Michael O'Neill is going to go with team changes for his next game. But it was a mistake at the back, cost them for the second goal.
Yes, and the referee will be getting abused, I think, by the Northern Ireland, and rightfully so in some respects, because it should have been a Northern Ireland throw, that, and I could see that all day long. But then after that, so the referee gets it wrong. It does hit him. You could see it better when it happened in the original play. But I don't know what Craig Cathcart's doing. I mean, and he looks at the keeper. And he puts his hands up to the young goalkeeper, which is completely wrong, because it's nothing to do with him. He's not expecting that. That's completely against anything that you would do from there to head it back to him. Goal is never going to be there. Saric takes his chance, nicks it off him, and he makes everybody look a mug.
Is that Johnny Evans just ever so slightly blocking his view when he turns back and heads that ball back, doesn't see the player running in, just makes a snap decision?
Do you know, I think he's caught everybody off on the hop with his header back to the goalkeeper. So we all stop. We all think, well, he might clear that. He just did something that you don't expect, so you're all flat-footed, the goalkeeper included. OK, well, Northern Ireland did get back into the game, but it was pretty much too late at that stage. They finally managed to take a chance. Yeah, and I tell you what, this is a great cutback that by Boyce. As I said, it was a miss-it shot. That wasn't. He knew what he was doing. And of course, Will Grigg, Johnny on the spot. It's a great finish. But Boyce and Will Grigg made an impact coming on. That's a terrific finish. And I was delighted he scored. I'm delighted they scored. He's made a grandstand finish, and he gets a chance.
They almost got it then, didn't they?
I know. And he just knows where to go. I said, some players are good at finish. Some can practice all their careers, and they'll never get goals. This fella just knows where to go. He can read where it's going to go. He's a great finisher.
We'll look back at the Bosnia goal in a second, but then looking ahead for Northern Ireland, what way do you approach the next game? Do you look at your opponents then to see who to start up front, or do you give Grigg a chance then instead of Lafferty?
I'd go away and look at how well we'd played. And so, well, do I throw the baby out with the bathwater? Let's change it completely. Well, no, because he played so well. Now, can Will Grigg do what Kyle Lafferty does, but lead the line and run in the channels and knock people around? I'm not sure he's that type of player. But if he gets a chance, and that's always why he'll be a sub, because he can come off and score a goal. But for all Kyle Lafferty, I said he won't score loads of goals, I still think he's a real handful to play against. He causes problems.
No option of playing two up front?
Yes, there is, but if you play 4-4-2 against the better teams, the three in the midfield will dictate the play and keep hold of the ball, so then you start thinking, we'll go 3-5-2, so that gets you, you know, three in the middle and two up front. It's a matter of experimenting sometimes, but they're beyond experimenting because these are competitive games now. You could experiment a lot easier in a friendly.
But it was interesting to see, even though they did change the formation and the shape, they still dominated.
Yeah, they did. I thought they were on the front foot all the time. I thought they were excellent, Northern Ireland. And although they did put the two strikers on, this is the
first goal.
The first goal. I mean, I just think Conor McLaughlin should stop that. I think it's poor defending there. If you look at Jamal Lewis, he's got his back to Julia that comes in, Juliet, and he sets off, and he's too late. Once he sees him running past him, he's too late to do anything. And I think Craig Cathcart as well should block that. That's the corridor of opportunity, that 6-yard box, and you make sure that ball doesn't get across there. And he almost pulls his foot away there, and I wonder if he thinks he's going to put it in his own net. But I think he's culpable for both goals, to be honest with you.
So little few mistakes there, but as we said, plenty of positives, the whole performance, and we mentioned Jamal Lewis a good few times during the game. He was excellent.
Yeah, Norwich left back, just a young kid. Thought going forward is terrific. I'll forgive him that bit. If he gets done again like that, then that's, you know, you have to criticise him. Then the first time as a young lad, I thought he was excellent with the ball, put some good crosses in, he defended well. Just that one bit I would say let him down. The performance was excellent, that's what I'm saying. What do they do on Tuesday night, is it? I'd be saying play the same way and play with the same energy and same enthusiasm. And I thought Ollie Norwood was different class. He had the ball and sprayed it around, kept it short. Excellent performance. Control
the midfield. From your centre-back pairings, would you expect maybe a little bit more from Cathcart and Johnny Evans, especially with the experience they have?
Yeah, I would. I'm being a bit hard on Craig Cathcart there, I guess, but, you know, I play that position, and I know for a fact if that ball's coming at the near post, I need to be blocking that for the first goal. And if I head it back to the keeper, I've got to stick my hand up. I've made the rick. It's down to me, that. So I think he'll be looking to play better on Tuesday night.
Let's take a look at the stats from Northern Ireland's defeat to Bosnia. 2-1 the final score, 67% ball possession. But look at this, total attempts, 25 for Northern Ireland, which shows their dominance. 7 on target, only 5 for the entire 90 minutes for Bosnia, 18 corners as well. Well, former Irish international Kevin Kilban joins us in studio. Kevin, you saw some of that game. What did you make of it?
Yeah, well, I mean, the stats probably say it all. The stats don't always show up a dominant performance like, but that today was... It was a good performance in every way. The passing with purpose, great tempo to the game, challenges as well. Off the ball, they were excellent. And they were just so unlucky. Really gifted them goals, really, particularly the second one as well, when they were right on top again, going for it. And Michael O'Neill can be delighted. I think he'll look back and reflect on a really good team performances. The mistakes, it's what's cost them ultimately. Should have had a penalty, of course, in the first half. But ultimately, I thought they played really, really well, yeah.
You really can't ask much more from your players, can you? It was everything but the result.
No, exactly. That's the thing. You say attempts on goal, how they passed, how they played. It wasn't just keeping the ball for keeping's sake as well. They mixed it up. They went long at times. They went direct, but also they had it about them as well to keep the ball across the back. It was a great all-round performance. You can't argue with the performance. It's just when you don't get the result, I don't know, it might maybe leaves a little bit of taste in your mouth that you've played so well, you've not been able to get the result to show for it. But I think there's real room for optimism. I think it's continuation there for Michael O'Neill and what he's done over the last few years.
He's making good use of the resources at his disposal as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, again, there's not an awful lot of Premier League experience. It's something that, you know, that I think ourselves maybe have got that...
Only 3 in their side compared to our 6.
Well, exactly, that's the thing. That is a thing. They're lacking a little bit of experience as well. You'd look at it on the face of it, but ultimately it's the performances that count. And I think realistically throughout their side they've got players that know exactly what the manager wants from them. They're able to replicate what they do on the training ground, on the pitch, and good all-round performance. You can't argue with it.
And a couple of good youngsters as well to give them hope for the future. We've talked about Norwich's Jamal Lewis, the keeper who came in. There was a lot of talk about Bailey Peacock Farrell. OK, conceded 2 goals, but overall, again, promise there.
Of course there is, and that's what it is. It's about, of course, integration. There is experience. There's certainly from the defensive unit has always been strong for Northern Ireland. When you've got Johnny Evans, when you've got Gareth McCauley, who's not been in there, but around the squad, they've got real experience in the back four. Aaron Hughes, of course, that wasn't involved as well, but they've got the experience that they can actually integrate the younger players that can learn, listen to what those experienced players, and of course the experience that Michael O'Neill brings as well. There's a good future there within them, and Michael O'Neill, of course, signing that new contract as well. I think that again he'll look to take them forward.
Mick, it's an easy team talk for Michael O'Neill next time out, isn't it? Just go again.
I'm not convinced. They won't play as well as that every time. And when you play as well as that, you really want to win the game. And so you always go away and take positives. You say it's the performance that counts. No, it's not. Winning the game that counts. And I'm telling you that Bosnia will go away and think, well, we've got away with one, but we've won and we're top of the group. And they can improve. I don't think Northern Ireland can. I don't think they can play any better than that. So they've got to win that game for me, and that's disappointing.
Kevin, is the one point they can improve on is in front of goal.
Yeah, that was the thing. They did have the chances. Yes, I said before they should have had the penalty. A little bit more clinical. Take the chance. You know, when the chances come, there was maybe one or two extra touches around the penalty area. You're trying to take that extra touch inside, and that's maybe what has cost them today. Yeah, Mick's saying there, you know, that's as good a performance I've seen from Northern Ireland in a good few years, and that's something that Stephen Davis touched on there himself. They've played a hell of a lot worse than that and won games. So. When you're on top in games, particularly at international level, with the quality that Bosnia have got within their side, you need to take your chances, take them, and then you can actually sit back a little bit at times and soak up pressure and try and hit them, and you just weren't able to do that.
Well, they say winning brings confidence, but that sort of performance is definitely going to build the confidence in the camp, isn't it?
Well, it is, yeah, of course it. Of course, yeah. I think when you're playing well and you're confident in yourself and you feel as though, yeah, it's all good, but. You do want to win the games, yes. If you win the match, if you come off the game, sometimes you've not played well, you've won the game, and you kind
of... The result kills you. Everyone else saying they played well. Who's bothered?
Yeah.
Who's bothered? You want to win the game. You want to qualify for the competition. So you get a little bit of solace out. Yeah, we played well. No, we lost. And you've got to win games.
OK. Well, Northern Ireland will have plenty to reflect on after that defeat.